How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Cobra Kai Studio. I'm your host, Danielson, with guest host, my wife.
Hello, everyone.
But in today's video, it's just going to be a husband-wife discussion, I guess you could say, of Cobra Kai Season 3 and kind of some of our favorite moments. Which I'll start, obviously, my favorite moment was seeing Miguel fight again at the end of Season 3. Because I felt like it was something that we kind of needed to have in the show. As far as Miguel goes anyways, because a lot of people speculated that he was going to be kind of crippled the whole show, wasn't going to be able to walk, but we got to see not only he walks, but he actually fights again. So what was one of your favorite moments of the show?
Well, my all-time favorite part of the show was when Miguel went to the concert with Johnny and his foot started tapping. Then he progressed from there. Yeah,
and then obviously we see him learn how to be a badass again, which also brings up another one of my favorite points. Whenever Johnny's trying to help him stand up, and he tells Johnny to be quiet, like Johnny always tells him, and then finally realizes he's standing. But this season alone, though, had a lot of really crazy twists. Like I didn't see Robbie joining Cobra Kai exactly the way that it happened. Like I kind of felt like he was going to join Cobra Kai because of how everything's led up to this point, and I kind of assumed that Johnny was going to kind of be there for Miguel more than Robbie, so that led to Robbie obviously having to need somebody to turn to, and then who shows up? Kreese, obviously. Which, I don't know, I just thought it was kind of interesting how they did it, and obviously Robbie's going to be the top Cobra Kai now, so kind of he's going to be taking his dad's spot in a sense. What do you think, though? What's something else that you liked about the show?
Well, there's a lot of things I like about the show.
Well, pick a favorite topic.
But
or something that was just shocking that you didn't expect.
I also liked the part when Miguel and Sam reunited their past.
Yeah, I thought that was actually pretty good too. Especially the way they did it. They wasn't like just an instant thing. It was just kind of something that built up a little bit more and more until the point that they finally end up being a thing again, and then Daniel walks in on them kissing. Sparring. But I thought that was pretty funny. And then that also was funny how Daniel was all like, "Oh, did Robbie see you all sparring like this?" No, but well, I did. I just thought that whole scene was funny.
I also think that Sam was a lot different in this episode compared to the seasons before.
Yeah, for sure. Like before, I wasn't really a big fan of Sam, but even up until season 2, but now in season 3, I can actually say I like her character better, and I actually like Tori's character less. It's like we got to know the real them of each of them, and now it's kind of like I don't know where I stand there. It's just Tori definitely does seem like she's going to be a better fit for Robbie, because obviously we can pretty much assume that her and Robbie are going to be a thing in season 4, or at least really close friends, because that's kind of where they're already at now. So I think that's kind of something that a lot of people kind of speculated, but wasn't sure how they feel about it because of, Robbie doing that to Miguel. But we see kind of like right out the gate when Robbie and Tori have that little like chat at the probation office that she didn't really have this anger towards him like I expected her to.
And I also liked how Hawk changed, like he realized what he was doing wrong and tried to right his wrongs.
Yeah, and he did that kind of early on in the show, honestly. Whenever he broke Dimitri's arm, that was like the breaking point for him, that he was kind of seeing where things have led for him now, and now he's obviously gotten to the point that he's hurt what was his best friend, and now obviously his friend again. But it was kind of exciting to see Hawk change, because I didn't think that was going to happen this season. I did honestly feel like they were going to be friends again. I just felt like it would have been in a later season. But after seeing how season 3 ended, leading up to season 4, I get why they made them friends now, because obviously you're going to have Miguel, Dimitri, and Hawk as the 3 badasses, most likely in the All Valley tournament next season. And then, of course, Sam. So those 4 will be like the top. And then for Cobra Kai, we have Tori, Robbie, most likely Kyler. I'm assuming Kyler's going to kind of take Hawk's spot. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. But I don't know. I don't know who the other person would be, though. So I guess that's something we'll have to wait and see if it's going to be a new cast member or whatever be the case. What'd you think of the Kreese flashbacks?
It showed a little more about why he is the way he is and how he perceives things going on in his life.
Yeah, I thought it was actually kind of interesting. And it was kind of a mind twist that they, hyped up the whole who's going to die, the 3 deaths, and the deaths were just flashbacks. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But then again, I mean, they gave us a bit of information that we thought was going to be super important as far as, like, main cast members dying. But, I mean, it still was important. It was kind of important to the whole Kreese backstory. We just didn't know that that's what that was for until they decided to do that. But it was still interesting, though. It was kind of cool to get to see Kreese, and not only that, but Silver as well, which also led to the ending, where we're pretty sure that that's who Kreese was calling at the end is Silver. I mean, it'd only make logical sense, because the other person that was in that photo had already passed away, which we've seen in the flashback, which only left Silver as the option. And it also something that most people speculated Silver's going to return and help Kreese anyways, so why not a better time than when Cobra Kai is basically going to be taking on this whole other dojo for, I guess you'd say, winner takes all kind of situation. The loser dojo is supposed to leave or whatever, which also has me really puzzled because the show is called Cobra Kai. So in that retrospect, you think Cobra Kai is going to win, but I think it's something more along the lines that Johnny will take over Cobra Kai again, maybe, if that happens. I don't know. It's where I'm kind of puzzled because the show itself is called Cobra Kai, so, like, how are they going to get rid of Cobra Kai, the dojo? You can't really do that.
No. I think Johnny's probably going to end up taking over.
That's the only logical thing I can think of, except for maybe Silver and Mike Barnes, but at the same time, it's like, you know what I mean? Because I can see Kreese trying to be like, well, you made the deal with me, not Silver, so Silver can technically still stay. Kind of mind twist that Kreese would do, which is possible. I wouldn't rule it out. Trying to think of some other interesting points to talk about. I know the Okinawa scenes were cool. I really loved seeing Chosen and Daniel interact the way he did, and I always think that's funny how Daniel got all worried that Chosen was gonna take him out, and he just honked his nose. But I mean, that was an important lesson there for Daniel, though, because he got to get taught some very valuable pressure point attacks, which he later used on Kreese, which even Kreese was like, what the hell? Which in that scene, I was kind of hoping to see Daniel kick him through the glass, but Sam had to come run it. Fucking Sam. What's another point that you wanted to talk about? Pick a subject. There's a lot of things in this season. I know. It's hard to choose one.
Really.
Let's see. Trying to think of something else that was just kind of crazy. Oh, well, obviously, Robbie still in a snake was kind of interesting. To see him still a cobra. I thought that was kind of interesting. That was another point where he was kind of showing himself as they would call it, a natural cobra. Because that also gave him, like, I guess you can say, credit in the Cobra Kai dojo. Because none of the other students were going to steal it. They were all trying to run away, and he managed to pull it off. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But then again, that is Robbie. He doesn't seem to be the one that'd be very fearless. He's always kind of been the one to not really care. So I guess it wasn't too shocking. Another thing that a lot of people speculated is if his mom was going to be in the show. So that was kind of interesting that they did show his mom and also showed her in rehab. So she's obviously still trying to be a better person herself, which I thought was cool. Something that really caught me off guard was the fact that they made it seem like Daniel and Johnny were going to be teamed up the whole season. The way they kind of, showed basically their whole team up basically in the trailer without really mentioning that they did. Because it was only for like that episode and a half or whatever. And then they were back to like fighting with each other until the end. So I thought that was kind of interesting that they did that. And it was, I don't know, altogether the whole season was a great season. It's hard to pinpoint certain things that were better than others. It's why my top 5 video was so hard to make, because there's a lot of things that I liked about it. I was like, how the hell am I going to pick 5 moments that just stick out when the whole damn season stuck out? But anyways, that's going to be it for this video, everyone. We just want to make a quick video together and kind of just share our opinions and thoughts and see what you all have to think about it and say about it, because I'm sure everybody has their opinions about the show and would like to hear them. So that's going to be it for this one, everyone. And as I always say, stay badass, my friends. And we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.